It's recommended that all tree trimming operations are carried out by two-man teams. One person operates the tree trimmer, while the other is checking out the area ahead for potential obstacles such as guy wires, service lines, and fences. The operator should make sure no other personnel are close to the operating machine. The two operators should stay in constant contact with one another by means of prearranged and approved hand signaling or radio communication. To start a trimming operation, position the carrier parallel to the edge of the right-of-way so that the face to be trimmed is 1 to 2 feet away from the side of the machine. Approach any area where overhanging electrical power lines are present with extreme caution. Lowering the dozer blade provides a stable, solid foundation for the trimming operation. It also provides a natural ground connection in the event an electrical conductor comes into contact with the machine. Unless the right-of-way is sloping, the boom tilt frame should be kept in its neutral position. If the machine is positioned on an incline, adjust the boom frame to compensate so that vertical face trimming or vertical reach and topping can be accomplished. If you have to work on slopes, travel as straight up and down as possible to prevent rollover. The engine should be in first gear when driving down the slope to maximize the engine braking. By lifting and lowering the upper boom in sweeping motions and raising the main boom in increments at the end of each sweep, the entire area of reach will be effectively trimmed. The wand assembly is designed so that cutting of branches may be done in both upward and downward sweeps. When cutting branches 3 to 10 inches in diameter, always cut from above in order to prevent stalling and binding the saw blades. Once the practical limit of the trimming boom extensions is reached, lower the booms to rest and move the machine forward until the pivot point of the main boom and frame line up with the last swath. Then continue the trimming operation. It's recommended to limit trimming to an area that's well within the range of vision from the normal seated position of the operator. To trim dense overgrowth or large branches reaching in over power lines, it's recommended to trim the branches in smaller pieces to avoid foul-up of debris on live wires. To do this, position the machine and raise the booms so that the wand is situated higher than the branches to be trimmed. Trim overhanging branches using the upper boom motion. If necessary, the boom tilt may be used to increase the range of reach, providing that the tilt is kept within the maximum range on the boom tilt indicator and the machine is firmly situated on solid ground. To trim undergrowth, insert the wand between neutral lines or between one neutral and one energized TV or telephone line only. Always ensure that sufficient clearance is present. Start trimming as high as possible to prevent large debris from getting entangled in the wires. Cut the treetop down in small pieces until the top is below the lowest hanging wire. Each time the wand is inserted between 2 or more wires, position the saws close to the stem or branches to be cut and perform the trimming with a left-right sweep of the wand. Any tree may be topped in order to stunt its growth. To do this, position the saws beside the treetop at the desired cutting height and cut with a left-right sweeping motion of the wand. If the saw jams while in the middle of a cut, stop the saw motor drive immediately and reverse the motion that jammed the saws. If the jam occurred while using the upward motion of the upper boom, try to lower the boom. Under no circumstances should the carrier be moved in an attempt to free a jammed blade. Recovery of the machine from soft or swampy ground can be accomplished by attaching a block and tackle to a soundly rooted tree and attaching the winch cable. Never use a power line pole as an anchor post for the winch cable. Always use a large tree or other suitable object that's not connected to the power lines. The carrier transmission should be in neutral, and the winch alone should be used to pull the machine free. In addition to the T700 unit, TSE offers the Cajun Cutter. Designed to complement its product line, the Cajun Cutter is a lighter, smaller unit that can be transported without the need of permits. Offering similar tree trimming capabilities as the T700, the Cajun Cutter uses a rubber track carrier with an independent hydrostatic drive propulsion system. This allows the unit to turn around within its own length and minimizes any potential damage to roadways and driveways.
Although tramming speeds are slower than the unit with tires, the ease of maneuvering and transport makes this unit a strong performance alternative.
TSE International Incorporated's policy is to produce products that are safe and reliable. It's the job of the operator to know how to safely operate the machine, to minimize risks and promote safety at all times. After all, nothing will ever replace a careful and informed operator.